Hey everybody! In this video we're going to take a look at the mind of Nick Suzuki and some news of the day. So if you're a diehard Habs fan like I am and you're looking for daily Habs content, then you are in the right place. That place is Talking Habs with Rick, and that's me. So I've been a diehard Habs fan for 50 years, and I've seen the highs and the lows, and there's been tons of both. And I talk about it here on this channel, so subscribe and ring the notifications bell, and that's going to get you all of my videos and my live streams and contests when I run them. I'm doing a hockey pool one right now, and all that good stuff, and it's all dedicated to the Habs and all things hockey. So as advertised, we're going to take a look into the mind of Nick Suzuki. I found this really cool article, and the guy kind of takes a little look at why is Nick Suzuki so creative, what's behind his hockey mind. Plus I have some news of the day, and we're going to get right into that. So this is news from the past week. Take a quick look at some of the headlines from the last week. First off is 3 stars of the week. So 3 stars of last week, which probably ended up on Sunday because this comes out on Monday. So first star was Mika Zibanejad of the Rangers. I didn't see what kind of stats he put up. I don't know. All I know is he's been playing well, and there's rumors that he will be the captain of the Rangers. Star number two is Anthony Mantha. Anthony Mantha had 5 goals, I believe, and he had 4 of them in one game. 4 goals. That's what gave him that second star for sure. And number 3, third star, is Toronto's Austin Matthews. For his 5 goals, I believe he also put up 5 goals in his first 4 games, something like that. So he earned the 3rd star of the week. Next up, let's see what we should. It's not involved in the Habs. So the rest is basically Habs news. So Gianni Fairbrother, I believe he might have missed a few games at the start of the WHL season, but he made his season debut. He was looking really good. Apparently he got into a fight. He knocked the guy out cold. I'm not sure if it was just one punch, but something like that. Like cold out on the ice. He had 2 assists in his first 2 games, but apparently he's looking really good. Now this is our, I believe, 3rd round pick of the last season. I didn't think much of him for some reason. I'll tell you the truth. When I did my top prospects list, I think I left him off. He looks like he's a solid prospect, like a really solid defensive prospect that we will see in the next 3 years, something like that. So Gianni Fairbrother looking good in his 4th season in the WHL. Next up, Samuel Hood, who's playing for Chicoutimi of the QMJHL, where Raphael Harvey-Picard is as well. In his first 6 games, he's 4 goals. No, he's 4 goals, 3 assists. I can't read my writing. For 7 points. For Harvey Pinard, who I really like as a player, he's played 6 games. He's got 2 assists so far. He's the captain of the Chicoutimi. I don't know if they're still the Saguines, but I was expecting a little more from him, but still only 6 games in. Also in the minors, or in our system, in the junior system, Alan McShane. He's a center. He plays for Oshawa. He has 7 games played, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. So those guys are doing best of our prospects right now down in the minors. As far as Montreal, news today, Mike McCarron was waived. So Mike McCarron was put on waivers in order. I don't think anybody will pick him up, so he'll end up in Laval. So I think because he was injured, so they couldn't waive him or put him down in Laval until he was healthy. So he's being waived, and I'm sure he'll clear, and he'll be in Laval. Nick Cousins apparently is out with a back problem. I didn't hear what kind of a problem, but it's with his back. It's short term because I haven't heard of any call-ups yet to replace him on the roster. So I imagine it's nothing to worry about. But Nick Cousins is out with a back problem. At least they didn't say upper body, which they usually say, but I heard back. Marc Bergevin apparently is going to Russia in December to go and speak with Alex Romanov. He's not allowed because of the contract, and there's no agreement between the KHL and the NHL. He's not allowed to offer a contract, to sign him to a contract, but he's going there to talk to him, apparently because Romanov would probably make more money in the KHL than he would in the NHL, and apparently his KHL team is starting to heat up, wanting to sign him to a longer term. So I imagine Bergevin is getting in there, hopefully to negotiate with him and get him over here for the start of next season. He'd be in camp hopefully next season. Would be nice. Otherwise, he might sign another year or two and stay in the KHL. I heard something about till he's 25, and then when he comes here, he's a UFA or something like that. RFA. He doesn't have all that problems up to that point. So imagine that's why Bergevin is going to Russia. Habs lineup tonight for the game against the Buffalo Sabres. And Buffalo is the same lineup as in the first two games without the juggling. So it's the same lineup. Suzuki on the second line. But the only change will be Keith Kincaid will be starting tonight. So Keith Kincaid is in nets tonight. And he looked really good in the preseason. I expect he'll do well. He's done pretty well against Buffalo in his 4 starts. He's 3-0-1. They've only scored 8 goals on 116 shots. So he's done well, which is an average of 2 goals a game. So that would be nice if he only gives up 2. Now, we're going to talk about Nick Suzuki. So there's this article I came across. It's on NHL.com. You can go and take a look at that when you have time. It's an article by a French writer, Pierre-Antoine Mercier. It's translated by Dan Braverman. And it was written at the end of August. So it is over a month old. And it's very interesting. It delves into the mind of Nick Suzuki. What makes him creative, how he gets his vision, what he's done to prepare in his hockey career or leading up to this career in the NHL to get to where he is today. So I found it very interesting. And what one of the things that he did, first of all, they start with, they go over a little bit of last season. He shows a little clip. And then he dives into his creativity. And apparently what made him very creative was education. He took... I wouldn't say liberal. It's not liberal arts. I think that's like politics. He took an artistic education. So he went to an art school, I believe. The London Waldorf School, which is a private school that specialized in the arts. And it gave him a different way of looking outside the box. So he thinks a little differently than everybody else, which kind of explains why he's very creative. Obviously, being artistic, he's very creative, which I didn't know anything like this about him, that he went to an art school. So, and apparently he played soccer, and playing soccer gave him a different look. First of all, I'm going to give you a quote from him about the art school. He said, "It helps for sure. Thinking outside the box is a great way to be a good hockey player, just trying to see things that other people don't. All these kinds of art forms that I've been studying have helped my brain with thinking fast and being precise." This is a quote from Nick Suzuki. So, it explains a little bit of why he's so quick, why he anticipates so well, because he's thinking the game so fast, and he's a smart guy. Anyways, they show some clips about, what he's talking about. Now, he talks about his... a defenseman, Sean Durzi, who was traded with him from the Owen Sound to Guelph and played with him for a few years since childhood. I'm not sure for exactly how many years. I don't want to start reading while I'm doing a video. So he says this about Nick Suzuki. He can put the puck in the net like nobody else does. You look at the goals he scored in the OHL from all areas of the ice. I think he led the league in goals behind the goal line as well. It was really special to play with him because he does everything on the ice. He's had 2 games in the NHL. He looks a little nervous. We're all wondering what he can do. I don't know if anybody has watched any of his OHL games. I did last year at the end, especially in the playoffs. If he gets comfortable here and the game slows down a little bit for him, which I think it will, because he's a very intelligent player. He looks like he could be a great player, and the game does slow down for them. So he's in an adjustment period. He's going to be pretty damn good. We're going to see that stick handling, all the stuff he did in the AHL. Once the game slows down and he finds the room do those things, we're going to see a different Nick Suzuki than we have so far. Hang on one sec. I just wanted to read a little bit in the article so I know where I was. So going to the soccer, he played soccer competitively up to the age of 14. And he said this about soccer. Soccer helps a lot. In soccer, you kind of have to read the play before you even get the ball. Placing passes into areas that really translates on the ice. I can see lanes that other people don't. I think soccer helps with that because you have to play the ball through people into areas for people to run on. And it's true, when you watch him play, well, he hasn't really shown it here, but when you watch him play in his junior career, he does. He sees lanes where nobody would really see the lane. And it's kind of like I've seen that with Caulfield when he shoots. He finds lanes to shoot where most people don't see. Suzuki has a little bit of that. Plus, he has the playmaking ability that Caulfield doesn't have. It's Caulfield, by the way. I should know that. It's very interesting how studying the arts and playing soccer has really helped his game, and it's obvious on the ice when you watch him play. I believe this was from his coach. No, Dursey said this also. It's just the way he sees the ice and the way he made players around him better. Sometimes it takes a little bit of getting used to playing with Nick because he makes plays you don't expect him to make. That's something that's really special about him. He can make a lot of plays that other players can't. And even when he isn't looking, you have to be ready for him to give you a great pass for a scoring opportunity. And the guy goes in to show some of his almost blind passes where he just knows where people are and he knows there's a lane there and he makes the pass. This is all to say that there's been a little talk about should Suzuki go back down and play in the AHL and get used to it. What I'm saying is you give him the 9 games before you have to send him down and see if this starts to come out in him. And I think it will. He has the defensive side covered. He's responsible defensively. You can see already watching him play how he anticipates where the puck is going to go. That's a sign of a great player. All he needs is a little time. So it's a matter of will it come out. So this was just a little look into Nick Suzuki's mind. I don't know how well I did about looking into it, but I thought it was a really good article. You can find it on the Canadians page. I don't know if it's their own. It's NHL.com. I don't know if it's Go Habs Go. It might be also there. It's there. Maybe I'll put a link in the description for it. And check it out. It's a really interesting article, and I just wanted to bring it to you, and I thought it would be an interesting video. So that brings us to the end of the video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I certainly agree with you. Appreciate that. It's an A word. While you're on the way down to do the thumbs up, why don't you give a subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell, and you get notified of all my videos as they come out, all my live streams, and all that good stuff that I do on YouTube, and it'll give you your daily fix. Because we all need our daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. So thanks everybody once again for watching, and enjoy the game tonight. 7 o'clock on only Sportsnet in Canada, and I've got to find a place to watch it because I got TSN, and it's a weekday game, and it should be on, and I'm screwed, of course. What are you going to do? So go Habs, go! And I'll see you next video. Bye, everybody.